Hey yo, what's up everybody? You already know this is the PMK Prince Masta King live in effect. You know, coming at you live from Baltimore and whatnot though. You know what I mean? But I just want to touch on a few things right now. This right here is gonna be serious. Um, as I told you before, about a couple of days ago, I checked out a girl named Ms Prophet123, and she had this video talking about how black men are all ignorant assholes and just really going in on brothers. And that very next day, I responded to another girl by the name of Love Ms Leia. She was agreeing with her and everything like that. But with Ms Leia, I was just telling her, about the type of men that black women, deal with, and then how black women react. And that's just I was just explaining that to her. But with Miss Prophet, she was just really going in on brothers, talking about like, oh, you assholes, and things of that nature. Um, One thing, excuse me, everybody, I just got a little cold, whatever. Pardon me with that. Um, I just want to touch on this. Miss Prophet, is really off her rocker. I'm just going to say, like, put it out there. She's really off her rocker because, for one, she's lashing out against brothers, and she's sitting there, thinking that, we're all ignorant and stuff like that. Yeah, you got you on your page. You have guys calling you bitches and hoes because they are mad. But see, me, I'm just looking at what's deep inside you. You know what I mean? And I feel like you you have a lot of self hate within yourself. You really have a lot of self hate within yourself to even say that all black men are assholes. And then at almost the end of your little speech and stuff of your little video, you even say black women are ignorant. uh, that shows self hate within yourself. Because if you didn't hate yourself, you wouldn't be saying none of this at all. You wouldn't be saying, "Oh, all black men are assholes and all black women are just as ignorant as black men." But nah, you're sitting there saying like we're all. You just said everybody's, ignorant and things of that nature. You really have a lot of self hate within yourself, and I really feel like you probably wish you wasn't black at all. Excuse me again. You really feel like you wish you was born white. You know, I've dealt with sisters like you. You know what I mean? You sit up there, you criticize black people about what they do, but let's just reiterate here. Look at all the stuff that you're doing, Miss Prophet. Look at all the stuff that you're doing. You know, you're sitting there, talking about the black people and stuff like that. Why don't you talk about what's really going on in this world? You know, instead of sitting there complaining about brothers and stuff, why don't you just look inside yourself? You need to stop worrying about what other people think and everything, and really just focus on what's going on in this world right now. You're sitting there, complaining and bitching and whining and crying about brothers and stuff, because I hear it in your voice. You can't hide that. Okay, you can't hide it at all because it sounds like you're about to bust into tears, talking about some, oh, fuck you, black man, you black man ain't shit, you black. Okay, stop it. Just shut the fuck up with that, alright? You know, because this is really getting ridiculous. It's getting out of hand, and completely, you're off your rocker. I'm just gonna put it out there. You're just completely insane, crazy, far fetched off your rocker. Because you're sitting there, talking about, oh, you assholes, and I deal with some of you assholes. I talk to them, but you're still assholes. If you talk to black men, why are you calling them assholes? You wouldn't be talking to us at all. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be calling black men assholes if you wasn't talking to them. You know what I mean? On the first video I made, I said that you probably think that all white men are beautiful creatures, right? You probably think all white men are so beautiful or all white men are so special, they're nice, you probably think stuff like that, right? As I literally told you that these white people, they'll let you have it. They'll let you know what's on their minds. And in this day and age of 2012, they're letting you know what's on their minds. You know what I mean? You can ask a white person right now, he'd probably say, "Oh, I think all black people are a bunch of nigger monkeys." He'll probably say that to you, and you probably wouldn't get offended. You probably just look like, you know what I mean, with a blank look on your face. That's how bad white people are coming at, you know, really mainly at sisters. They've been coming at brothers for a minute though, but they really letting the sisters have it this year. You know what I mean? They really letting the sisters have it. You know, so you sitting there talking about like, oh, you can't stand black people. You can't. We're ghetto. We're ignorant, and we're too hood and stuff like that. Okay, maybe they act like that. So what? Who has the right to judge? You know what I mean? I can't judge that. You can't judge that. Nobody can judge us. Nobody. Only God can judge us. If you really have your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, you will understand that God is the judge and the jury of all. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Maybe you need some church in your life or something. Maybe you need to go to church. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to be sitting in front of a preacher, instead of, voicing your opinion or trying to be on World Star Hip Hop, talking about some, black men are all assholes. And like I said, you threw brothers under the bus. You know what I mean? And I'm going to ask you these four questions once again. Where were you sitting at when Don Imus was calling the black women's basketball team nappy-headed hoes? Where were you sitting at when Dog the Bounty Hunter was talking about his son's girlfriend who happens to be black? Okay? Where were you when the guy who played Kramer from Seinfeld, I don't know his name, I don't give a fuck about his name, but where were you at? Where were you sitting at when he was on stage ranting about niggers this, niggers that, that happened back in '06? Did you say anything about that? No, you did not. Where were you when Mel Gibson was talking about getting raped by a pack of niggas? I'm gonna ask you these four questions because these are, celebrities and stuff like that. People that you see on TV, that are white and they're, outlandish, outlandish with their racist acts. Saying niggers this, niggers that. Nappy head hoes this, black monkey bitches and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where were you sitting at? Okay, you didn't take offense to none of that stuff. You know what I mean? Or when Holly Berry's white ex-husband, I think, was calling her nigger bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, like I said, it's funny how, you black women, just jump at brothers. When we say stuff like that, just like you, Ms Prophet, you jumping at brothers. This is the way we act. You don't say anything about how white people act. You don't say anything about how Latino people act. You don't say anything about how Spanish people act. You don't say anything about how Chinese people act. You don't say anything about these particular races, but you always want to jump on black people. It's mainly black men. You are really sick in the goddamn head, for real. You know what I mean? You are really sick. I'm gonna put it out there. You're a real sick bitch. Fuck it. You're a real sick ass bitch. Because you don't know what you sitting there. First, you sitting there, you say not all black men, but then you say all black men. What the fuck is it? You feel like all of us or some of us? As I stated to you before, not all black men are not like that. You have to deal with every black man in every 52 states. There's black men all over this world. You have to really deal with millions and millions and millions of us. And in your case, you probably only dealt with about what? I would say about a good 15. You know what I mean? And for all that, if you feel like that, why don't you date you a white man? You know? Why don't you date you a Latino man? Why don't you date you a Chinese guy or Pakistani guy? Why don't you date, those type of races of men? If you feel that way about black men, why don't you date those type of men? Oh, hold up, I forgot. Yeah, you don't want to know what the family think about you. You don't want to know what you don't want to know what a Pakistani family thinks about, their son dating a black woman. You don't want to know what a Chinese family thinks when their son is dating a black woman. And you damn sure don't know what a want to know what a Latino family thinks when their son is dating a black woman. And we all know you do not want to know what what white people think about you. You do not want to know about that at all. You know what I'm saying? You probably, if you dated a white man and his family saw you and told their son what they thought about you, you probably be buried under a rock some damn where. The saying is, like what I'm trying to say is to you, and I've told you this, a couple of days ago. You need to do your research, but you don't listen. You're probably one of those sisters that won't do your research at all. If there was a story, if there was a movie about like where blacks came from and how they were originated and stuff like that and how they founded this country, you probably turn that off. You know what I mean? You probably turn it on. You be like, man, I don't want to watch this. Because it's important. It's educational. You have to know your background. We all need to know our background, our ancestors, and where they come from. You know what I mean? And let me also say this: you probably the type of girl that probably wouldn't go to Africa if people paid you $1 million to go to Africa. You'll probably go somewhere like England or France or Spain or China, but your ass wouldn't probably go to Africa. You wanna know why? Because you say, "Oh, they're black men over there, they're a bunch of assholes too, huh?" And my point exactly. To you, Ms Prophet, 123, you know, your ass must be stopped. You need to be kicked up your ass, for all the ignorant stuff that you're doing. You know, you need to look inside yourself. You need to find yourself, and you really need to get God in your life. You know, that's what's missing nowadays. People are just not really going to church and stuff. They only going to church, you know, just to get a man and stuff like that. Or just you know what I'm saying? Pretty much basically it's just to find a future husband and wife and stuff. But to you, Miss Prophet, you need to get some church in your life. You need some soul searching. You need to do some serious soul searching, like right now. You know what I mean? Because this is too goddamn ridiculous of you to keep on doing this. You know what I mean? But I just hope you get the help that you need for real. Anyway, this the PMK Prince Master King. You already know. Signing off. Word up. Peace. And I'll holler at you later. I'm out. One.